good afternoon. It's getting late. I have to fly back to... Ay, urag-urag. Judge Clavicilla is my fraternity brother and classmate ko talaga, first year. Ano, Nanoy? Bakit nangyari ito? I have your Secretary Piñol of the Department of Agriculture. Hindi na lang ako magdrama kasi I have to fly out before hindi rated ang airport ninyo for night flying. So I have to be back in Davao. I wanted to be here the day after. But may problema ako sa Mindanao. Paputok ng yung simbahan doon. While the priest was lecturing about extrajudicial killing, hinagi siya sa tuloy ng Granada. So I had to go there and to be with the people, at least to, kasi ang Mindanao, there are the Muslims and there are the Christians. So you have to find out immediately what's the cause. So you'd be able to say something to the people para pangkalma. So it was good that we had the cooperation also of the NPAs, and they conducted an investigation, and the police and the military, and they told us it was drug-related. Ang Mindanao kasi, ang terrorism doon yung maote. You better watch out for this. They are driven by shabu. So ang panggasto nila sa gera is really producing shabu and throw it everywhere in the Philippines. That's why we are in a bind. So it was only today, sabi ko na maglipad na ako dito because yung lugar ninyo, Virac, and itong sa statistics ng military pati sa lahat, ang inyo ang pinaka. So sinama ko sila, si Piñol was the former governor of North Cotabato. He is the Secretary of Agriculture. He has with him immediately seeds for planting again. Yes, meron naman akong he has the money, corn, pati rice, and he has about 50 million to give you. Titignan ko lang, if needed, then I might add something to it. Mabuti na lang PAGCOR has an earning, a very good one this year, so may makadiskarte ako sa tulong sa tao. I released 1 billion, I remember, para sa mga tao na all over the Philippines, 1 billion, yung may hawak-hawak na reseta na wala naman pambili. Then another million for the idiots, itong mga drug addict, community-based, kasi wala pa akong pera na paggawa ng malalaking rehab. It's obvious, I became president midterm. I am operating on a budget that was not prepared by me but by my predecessor. A budget which was prepared the other year for implementation this year. Kalahati o ng taon yung akin, nag-bottoms up. So inubos talaga. I was left to do only maintenance and operating expenses for the office of the president. And of course, it's allied agencies. But this year, meron siguro akong maidagdag sa inyo kung sakali man. We have the seeds immediately. Maibigay na kaagad ni Secretary Piñol, and I said a little money. That's about 50 million. Tignan ko din, I can add. Then, nandito po si Secretary Briones. I really ask her to, kasi ang isa sa mga problema, I've been mayor for Davao City for 23 years. Kaya alam ko yung disaster, mga eskwelahan. So the thing is, after whatever it is, catastrophe, war, sunog, calamity, is really to go back immediately to the normal ways. Huwag na tayo maghintay and wallow in self-pity man lang, nakakaawa tayo. Balik na kaagad tayo kinabukasan. We return to normalcy ASAP, as soon as possible. Then, of course, I have si Secretary Delphine Lorenzana sa Defense Department is making the assessment overall. And nandito po si Secretary Judy Tagiwalo, Department of Social Welfare and Development. Siya yung nabigyan ko sa 1 billion. And yung may mga resita lahat-lahat, all you have to do, because I released it the other week, pwede na ako kayong pumunta doon at kung hospital, utangin na lang natin. Pag wala na tayo kabayad, sirahan natin ang hospital para wala nang problema. Then, nandito po si Secretary Alcosi. So, nandito siya because I know yung electric ninyo. So, ang order ko sa kanya as soon as possible. But give us a little bit of time, leadway to get things done. Pero at least nandito na kami. We have I have Lieutenant General Eduardo Anyo. He is the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Ang pinakahipe nila. Humabol siguro. But he was with me. Of course, si Governor Miguel Luis Villafuerte. Would like to assure you that we are here to help. Nothing more. Wala na akong ibang pinuntahan dito. Yung aming trabaho lang. Purely trabaho. So, si Miss Bermejo, the provincial disaster. So, mga kababayan ko, ang masasabi ko lang ganito, just like the message that I gave to the other places. Alam mo itong inyong lugar, kumbaga bahay ang Pilipinas, ang unang bintana sa Pacific where the typhoons are nurtured and cultured by the hot and air wind currents, andyan sa Pacific Ocean. Now, the reason why mas matindi ngayon is because the planet Earth is getting warmer, mas malaki ang singaw ng tubig. So, mas mabigat ang moisture sa itaas, pati nasira. Daw, sabi nila, dahil sa climate change. Many years ago, sinabihan na tayo na it's coming. But we kept on cutting the trees and all together, everybody joined in the fray. Pati yung buga-buga ng mga factory. But you know, yung climate change, one of the things that really affected mankind was yung itong mga factory. 0.00 tayo dyan eh. 0.04 ata ang ating And our plan is to cut it by 73%. That's pretty ambitious, but hindi natin kaya. Salita lang. So I hope that my government would really stick to kung ano ang reality pati doable. I do not go for yung mga targets just to impress people. Ayaw ko ng ganon. So ang itong climate change na sinasabi nila, ito yung kausa ngayon eh. The reason why I did not agree to it was simply walang sanksyon. Ito, usapan natin ngayon, itong limit mo, Philippines. And I know that I have to develop the country, even how little in my 6 years. Kasi kailangan ko ng trabaho para sa tao. So I'm inviting everybody, including Japan, and naturally, ang development ng mga foreigners is always makina. Kung naman pupunta dito, mag-araro yung mga yan. So, we would need a little bit of an elbow room to move. Gusto kasi ng magmura pa. Gusto nila, sabi ko saan ang sanksyon? Kasi pag ang Amerika inipit mo, talagang iipitin ka. Monetary fund, mga utang natin sa ila, they will just call it good. And marami silang tayo, we are, I think, Secretary Lorenzana of the Defense Department and John Anyo is here. Kung sila ang hindi maniwala, walang problema. Sabihin lang sa atin, o sige, may violation kami, anong gusto mo? Pero tayo, Adre, huwag kang magloko-lokan, iipitin ka namin dito. No? So it's, I don't know. Pinirmahan ko na lang kasi yung mga NGOs, alam mo naman mga NGOs sa Pilipinas, bright, mas bright pa sa iyo. Mas bright pa sa presidente. So, sige. Pinirmahan ko na lang. Pati yung sabi lang, that 50 billion, hindi nakalagay sa treaty kung sino mag-contribute. Amerikano hindi nakakabayad nga sa fees niya sa UN. Lalo na mag-contribute. Sabi ko, well, that was my own reservations about the climate change. It was not because I really did not want to sign it, but it was loop-sided in favor of the powerful ones. Kaya ako may alitan kami sa Amerikano at every time na may gusto sila, at malaman nila nagre-resist ka, nag-iinsulto kung ano-ano human rights. Look, human rights, 4 million addicts spread all out throughout the country. Ito ang ginawa nito sa mga yan. Ginawa nilang alipin ang kapwa-tao nila. Hindi sa slaves. They are reduced to being slaves, not to their fellow men, but to drugs. Alipin nila yan. Yan ang hindi ko matanggap. Yan ang away ko sa human rights. 4 million, sabi nilang itong Amerikano, inantong yawa. They keep on worrying. You worry, how many? Ang napatay ng pulis pati military. Bakit ako hindi ako napatayan ng sundalo pati pulis? I lost 32 policemen. Ang military, it's about 56. Drug-related raids sa Mindanao. Maraming droga doon. Yun ang gasolina nila sa terrorism. Ang maoti is IS. They have pledged allegiance to. At hindi ang away dyan. Pumasok pa itong isang problema sa droga. Tapos tinuturoan niya tayo, ito namang pasunod-sunod na mga gagawang Pilipino, ipagpalit mo yung 4 million ng kababayan, kadugo mo nitong mga kriminal. Wala namang nagawa ito. Pinapakain mo. Ano bang kasalanan ng nanay pati tatay nito? What have they done to you to deserve such kind of gawin mo yung anak nila parang gago na. And there's a certain point in the use of drugs. Beyond that, pag nag-shrink ang brain, rehab is no longer possible. So I have been out of the 4 million at the liberal computation, bigyan mo lang ako ng 1 million na buang na. Anong gawin ko dyan sa mga yan? Gawain kong fertilizer. Magawa ko sa Mindanao yan dito. Hindi kayo magsumbong. Ayan ang problema natin. So, I'm not saying na you obey me. Far from it actually. So kung may problema tayo, tsaka may binitawan ako na salita, kindly ponder on it. Sleep on it. Tulugan ninyo at isipin ninyo. Hindi ko na kailangan bulahin. I'm good for 6 years and that's it. And ang gusto ng Bicol, ang gusto ng Mindanao, and ang mga Morok, lahat, they want a federal setup. Kasi pag ganito, ang appointment ng sekretary ninyo, o inyong register of this, manggaling pa sa opisina ko. Kaya itong kamay ko, nanigas na ito, hindi sa arthritis, sa kakapirma. Dito ko na hinawakan yung ballpen na gano'n. You know, I have to sign initially appointment 1,600. Yan ang dapat palitan ninyong sistema. But I assure you, at sinasabi ko kay Dante, the exponents dito, if after 6 years ako, but if after 3 years, nandyan na yung federal setup, pag binoto ninyo yan, my advice is iboto ninyo yan, you will never find peace in Mindanao or the entire country pag hindi niyo binigayan. Wala talagang katapusan, believe me. Taga-roon ako. Doon ako lumaki. Pag hindi yan, pati Bicol would still magulo. But if you can have it in 4 or 3 or 2, then pag mag-eleksyon na, may presidente yan, I will gladly step down. You have my word. If you can craft a constitution na federal in 2 years, we should begin by next year. After 2 years, meron yan at maplibisito, magre-resign na ako. I will not tarry. I'll give up the... Nga, kung tanungin ninyo ako, Duterte, maligaya ka ba sa pagka-presidente mo? Sagutin ko kayo. Kayo na mag-intindi. Hindi ko kailangan itong trabahong ito. Pero magtrabaho ako. Kasi hinirang ninyo ako. Pero kung sabihin mo, maligaya ako. Ito ang sagot ko sa inyo. Hindi ko kailangan itong trabaho ito. Yun lang. Pero kami magtrabaho. Walang problema yan. At lahat ng I promise you, hindi kayo nakinig sa akin dito. Totoo, hindi na ako napunta dito. Walang korupsyon. Sigurado yan. Sigurado yan. Brad nga namin, dalawang immigration, brad namin ni Judge Clavisillo, taga San Beda. Binulisit ko, talagang pinaalis ko. ERC. How can I trust them with fixing the rates kung magkano bayaran natin kung corrupt ito mga yawa na ito? So sabi ko, umalis kayo dyan. Add orders. LFTRB yung regulatory bodies, yung tigawa ng mga lisensya. 92. Hindi ko na pinapabulis. Para wala ng padrama lang yan. Talaga tanggalin ko baski sino. Sa executive department. There will be no corruption. And I will stop drugs hanggang saan makaya ko. Talagang tatapusin. Walang makatapos nito. Pag kayo, kanya-kanya na federal, it's not everybody's concerns. Mo. Kanya-kanya, problema nyo. Then I leave you with something that is really very, very heavy. Yan lang, pati criminality. At dyan sa Mindanao na yan, ako ayaw kong pumatay. Ayaw kong makipag-away ng Pilipino. Ang sinasabi ko lang naman sa kanila, don't force my hand into it. Ako ayaw ko, I am not begging, but I'm maybe pleading for everybody ito. Sa drugs, itong mga Amerikano, itong maingay, simple lang. Gusto ninyong walang patay. O di puntahan ninyo yan sila lahat. Alam ninyo dyan sa lahat ng barangay. Wala man kayo ibang trabaho, mayaman kayo. Go to them, man. Pahintuin mo sila. Pag maghinto sila, wala nang patayan. Pero habang nandyan sila, to the last day of my however long or short I may be there. Pag presidente pa ako, until the last pusher is out of the streets, until the last drug lord killed, talagang papatayin kita. Mga ina nyo, kayo ang ano, kagaya nung sa Cebu, sa San Juan, maswerte sila, wala ako sa Manila. Kung gano'n karami isang bahay na Cebu, talagang papatayin kita. Huwag na tayo magdrama. Ako mismo, ako ang babaril kung walang ibang magbaril. Yung mga drug lord na isang warehouse, isang bahay puno ng droga, di saan yan pupunta? Ay, mga anak ninyo, Pilipino, anong gawin? Gawin lang alipin. Alipin nila para pag magkapera sila. Ngayon, magninegosyo na rin ng kanya yon. Maghahanap ng biktima para sa kanya. So he has to sell to survive. So what happens to the country? It goes to the dogs. Wag sa panahon ko. Wag naman. Kasi kisihuda kung anong ibigay ng Diyos sa akin. Hindi ako hinto niya. Basta kami magtrabaho. Kagaya ngayon, nandito kami. Trabaho lahat yan. Okay, mag-alala, walang korupsyon yan. We will give you. Yes, 50 million, I may add another 50 million or 100 million. Basta walang korupsyon. And it's all yours. Huwag ba na? 1 billion standby sa calamity. Meron man talaga yan. Inbain nyo yan. Tsaka walang korupsyon yan. Mag-corrupt dito, pagka kinurap mo yan kung sinong sunduin kita ng helicopter, papuntang Manila, tatapon kita sa labas. Oh. Nagawa ko naman yun, ma'am. Bakit hindi ko gawin uli? Mag-kidnap ka ng tao, mag-id-check, magbigay na, tapos patayin mo pa rin. Anong klase? No, kriminal gano'n. Kidnap ka ng babae pa, tapos magbigay na yung mga magulang. Ipapatayin mo pa, rapin mo pa, di tapon kita. Baba lang naman. Hindi ba taas? Kasi kung sa kabaan, kasi baka magkaroon ka pa ng pako. Yung tamang-tama lang yung hindi marinig yung bagsak. Totoo. Ganon ang lingwahe ko. Kasi ganon talaga ang pagkatao ko. Ayaw ninyo. Pasensya. So that is the... Ako po'y pupunta na. May seremonya kasi dyan, ceremonial gift giving. You know, I am not really up to it. Ayaw ko yung may mga television, magpadrama ako na magbigay-bigay. Dalayan namin dito, kung sino yung disaster dito, ikaw magbigay. Huwag mong itapon sa akin yan, kaya iba ang trabaho ko. Kung baga paano, tumatayo yung balahibo ko, nakukurnihan. Madrama, panahon ng baske, panahon ng eleksyon, di ko ginagawa. Di ko ginagawa sa amin yan. Trabaho nila, sinong, ano ba yan, tinda o... Well, anyway, I have to take off. It's getting late. It's getting dark. I hope that I'd be still around to make another visit. Huwag naman sana yung may typhoon. But just an ordinary visit just to say hello to you. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte.